So I actually have a no boot issue checked in. The video card has been removed. He's not getting anything on the screen. He doesn't remember if the fans were going because it's been a year. We're going to figure it out really fast, whether or not this has any sort of life, lights or fans. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it in and see what happens. Oh, we got something. Looks like a pretty nice build, all things considering. It is alive to some extent here with integrated graphics, so that's good news at least. I'm going to go ahead and just press F1 and get into the setup here. So I'm just going to save and exit and see if it's able to boot into Windows. Wow.
Cool.
Okay. Of course it has a password. He didn't give me a password to know what it is. I'm gonna give him a call. He's probably not expecting to hear this. Sometimes we get cases where it just works. Hey Chris, this is Oren at CompuMatter. Well, I have surprising news for you. I just plugged everything in as it was and pushed the power button, and I came up to a screen that said it had an instability error, but just to go into F1 for setup. So I did that, left to the BIOS, and it's booting into Windows. If you want me to run some corruption repair scans and do a memory test and things like that just to make sure things are working as they should, I'd be happy to do that for you while it's in.
Sure.
Well, I'll check it out and then let you know if I notice anything. I think this is probably good to show because sometimes stuff like this can happen, but also I don't want to just go, oh yes, it's great, it's working, ship it out the door. I do want to verify some things starting with the memory test just to make sure, because I have seen computers act up and then be fine, and then as soon as it gets back to them, act up again. We just don't want that happening. So I will need to boot to this little memtest USB stick that I've created. There is a built-in Windows memory test, but I don't trust it as much. Let's see if I remember the boot key. I think it's F8 for ASUS, but no, I think I'm misremembering. Oh no, I got it. All right, so this is memtest. Now we wait. So RAM test passed without any sort of errors. At this point, I'm just gonna shut it down, put this GPU back in, make sure it still boots up okay. And then really the last couple of things I wanna do is check for corruption and also do a temperature test just to be on the safe side at this point. The 4070 Ti RTX with 12 gigs of VRAM. It's pretty cool.
What's with the mirror?
I don't actually know. I think it lights up and looks cool, essentially, is the whole thing behind it. I don't often see mirrors and computers.
Oh, the mirror does look cool.
Kind of also got a little bit of an effect. If you look at it at an angle, you can see the logo behind it too, like an illusion that it just keeps on going forever. Well, it's booting. Yeah, we're in. I'll get the side back on.
Oh,
You don't want to do that. I just saw a dust particle. I was like, oh, I should clean it up, and then almost just dropped it.
that would have made a good video.
No. That would have made pain and suffering. I definitely want to do a temperature test and just see what we're running at. Our CPU's idling at around 36 to 44. I'm seeing it jump between 47, but nothing there looks really concerning. Oh wow, he wasn't kidding when he said it was a year. August 19th, 2025 was actually the last critical error, and then the next one was the same day, very next year. The driver WUDFRD failed to load. Corruption repair scans, maybe a GPU driver update wouldn't be a bad idea, just to be on the safe side. I'm not getting any crashing running this stress test, so that's a good sign at least. So it is getting to 93 to 95, but again, it's just like CPU being pushed at the maximum for minutes on end. I think I feel pretty comfortable with that at this point. It does not have the NVIDIA app. That is what lets you install the graphics drivers. So right now I am installing the NVIDIA app because this is a NVIDIA graphics card. It needs drivers and they update quite regularly. And I did run a restore point before doing this, just on the off chance that they put in a driver or something glitches during the install. It's rare, but I always just typically do a restore point to be on the safe side. It lets you go back to the state of the operating system before whatever it is you did after that. So we've got the GPU driver installed, no crashing or signs of a problem, which is good. I'm just gonna run a quick corruption repair scan on it. And there is more that I could probably be doing, but in a half hour of labor, I think I'm definitely getting to that point here. It's probably something to where I'll let the customer take it for a while, test it out. So if he continues to experience anything, at least at that point, we'd actually have some knowledge on what's going on with it and be able to diagnose. And sometimes with these sort of things, just throwing it into AI so that it can simplify some of the chaos is good. But I'm just trying to see if I can find the part where it says that it found and repaired an issue. We're at the point here where I just really want to know what caused it, but essentially I'll be sending the computer back with the customer at this point. He'll be able to try it out, make sure everything's working to his liking. And then if something's up, he'll let me know, but I think based on what I'm seeing here, he should be good to go. He might have run into some sort of hiccup, power outage, or who knows what could have caused that temporary problem. But I did recall seeing that screen earlier with that press F1 to get through things, and he just might have seen that error message and given up. I'm not really sure, but we'll just throw it into ChatGPT here and see what it has to say about the corruption scan I did. The Bluetooth drivers are the most common pieces of corruption I see that get found through these SFC scans. It found that corrupt driver, it fixed it, and that's about all it found. Like I said before, we'll just send it back with the customer. I don't want to spend too much labor time past the half hour that I quoted for him because I don't think it's necessary unless he actually has a problem.
Wasn't starting up for me, it started up great for you. So apparently that's...
All right, and we went ahead, it looks like, and just installed the updates for the graphics drivers just in case that's what was causing it.
It was just dead, but all right. I'm happy that you awoke in it somehow.
It can't always be easy, but it's nice sometimes. And it's cheaper and a little bit faster for you as well.
Well, thank you for getting it working again. Now, if I take it home and it just dies on me, that's user error now.
Well, not necessarily. If it doesn't work, then I would start suspecting the thing's plugged into it, monitor issue, things like that.
And does he have a
Something else is killing it.
GPU on this? Yeah, so you're plugging the video into here?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Then.
Yeah, I unplugged the whole GPU and tried to run it off on board, but that didn't work either for me. But I couldn't even get power on. So either it's a power cord or you guys have, or a plug. But I think I tried it in other places too. I'm not too dumb, so.
If you want me to send you with another power cord just in case we have
I've
a bunch,
got
but
50 power cords.
Oh,
And
you
they're
do?
pretty much,
Yeah.
they're all the same, right? Any power cord for any computer I've had for 100 years, it's still gonna be the same.
they're pretty standard, yeah, so.
Okay, I'm just
That
done.
should be it.
But
Oh,
thank you for
no,
making
it's
me
okay.
feel better that at least it's working.
I wish I could tell you exactly what happened because I did see an error pop up when I first turned it on,
Yeah.
but it was just essentially power loss situation. Press F1 to continue.
So that was it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
It's
welcome.
worth the money.
And I'll be here for you if you have any follow-up questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.